and welcome to Ambassador Corner here on TVRI World. In this special program, we will be talking with special people from around the world, special delegates, representatives, ambassadors from different nations in their respective countries. And today, I'll be speaking with the ambassador of Iran to Indonesia, His Excellency Muhammad Borujerdi at Iran Embassy in Jakarta and his private residence here in Jakarta. And I'm Stephanie Silitonga. Please join me in this very special conversations only on Ambassador Corner here on TVRI World.
Iran, known as the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a Middle Eastern country located at the crossroads of Western Asia, Central Asia, and South Asia. It shares borders with countries including Iraq, Turkey, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, as well as the Caspian Sea to the north and the Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman to the south. Tehran as its capital and largest city, serving the political, cultural, and economic hub. Iran boasts a population of over 88 million, predominantly Persian, with significant ethnic minorities such as Azeris, Kurds, and Baloch. Also, the official language is Persian or Farsi. Rich in history, Iran is home to one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations, with landmarks like Persepolis and the ancient Elamite, Achaemenid, and Sasanian empires. Their economy is resource-rich, with the world's second-largest reserves of natural gas and the fourth-largest reserves of oil, and also non-oil exports include carpets, saffron, pistachios, and petrochemicals. The contributions to art, science, and culture are profound. It is renowned for Persian carpets, miniature paintings, calligraphy, and architecture. Persian cuisine, with dishes like kebabs, stews, and saffron-infused rice, is globally celebrated. Iran remains a country of immense historical significance, cultural richness, and strategic importance, standing at the crossroads of ancient tradition and modern transformation.
Today, I'm at the Embassy of Iran in Jakarta, and I'll be speaking with His Excellency Muhammad Borujerdi, Iran Ambassador to Indonesia, where we'll be talking about the diplomatic relations between Indonesia and Iran, which have been deeply rooted in history. First of all, Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for your valuable time to us, to TVRI World. And it is my distinct honor to be here to be speaking with you. So I would like to start with the relations between Iran and Indonesia, as we know that the diplomatic relations has started back in 1950. And this year is already 74 of relations between Iran and Indonesia, but we also know actually the relationship between Indonesia and Iran have been going for so long time ago, perhaps 4,000 years ago. So if you'd like to comment on this relationship, on the current status, please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much. First of all, I thank you and thank TVRI for this opportunity that I have to talk about the relation between Indonesia and Iran. And thank you for your interest in the relation between two countries, because we call the relation between Iran and Indonesia the friendship and cooperation. So, as you mentioned, this is the 75th of cooperation. We have already passed 74 years of bilateral diplomatic cooperation between Iran and Indonesia, and we are just entering the 75th anniversary of the Iran-Indonesia diplomatic relation. So, yes, as you mentioned, Iran and Indonesia relation goes back to thousands of years ago. The time that Indonesia were islands, that at that time the Republic of Indonesia were not formed, but still the relation between people to people was very good, especially among the merchants and businessmen who used to come to Indonesia and take some spices and some goods from Indonesia to Iran and some other goods from Iran to Indonesia. So at that time, the interesting thing is the relation has always been friendly and according to the understanding, cooperation, business, and friendship between the two people. This relation has been continued until the Islam era. After Islam era, as you know, the Islam came to Indonesia through Iran around maybe 700 to 800 years ago. But it still came to Indonesia with peace, friendship, and business. So the science people that you know as Wali Sunga are mostly, Iranian. That at that time the Iranian borders and situation was different with now, but still they were from the Persian territory, that they came to Indonesia and introduced Islam to Indonesian good people, and Indonesian good people that found out Islam is the way of peace and friendship and love, so they accepted Islam, and after that the relation between the two countries has even deepened and went further. The building that you are in right now was this building is almost 100 years old.
Wow, almost a century.
Yeah. When you go outside the building, you can see the identification of the building at the gate. It has been built in if I'm not mistaken, 1920, 1922, but we will take a look at that again. And we bought the building around 70 years ago. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning, it was the embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran. After the Islamic Revolution, we changed the place of the embassy in Menteng in some other area, and this has become to the has been used as the ambassador's residence. Okay,
the private residence of the
ambassador.
Yeah,
so somehow we keep this building because we know that building is part of the Iran-Indonesia relation history. So right. What I am thinking of for 75 years of cooperation between the two countries is to trying, it's not easy, but trying to gather some documents of the relation between two countries, and maybe we will have some exhibition of the relation. Nice. And this building is part of the document and exhibition that we are going to have for the 75th anniversary of the relation between Iran and Indonesia. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. We are so looking forward for that. So we can see actually there are lots of things in common between Iran and Indonesia, and also the history, the relationship. It's been going so well so far. So you mentioned about next year it's going to be the celebrations of the 75 relationship between Indonesia and Iran. So what will be the highlights, Mr. Ambassador, for the celebration?
Actually, these days we have several meetings in the embassy to decide what are the priorities for the anniversary to be held. First of all, for sure there would be some cultural activities, maybe we'll have some cultural week between the two countries. We have some maybe film and movies week and music between the two countries. As you mentioned, Iran and Indonesia has a lot of common things between each other. I don't know if you know that or not, but there are many, even in the languages, in language of Farsi and language of Bahasa Indonesia, you can find a lot of common words. Tell you that in Iran, Indonesia considers as a member family. They don't consider Indonesia as a foreign country. And when you talk to the people, they talk about Indonesia like they are talking about one of the members of the close families. And in Indonesia is the same. Indonesia, I always say that is one of the countries that when you are, I am from Iran, nobody feels that you are foreigners. Everybody feels very close to you, and sometimes like they treat us like relatives. Mm-hmm. So in culture, we have many common things. Also in food, also in music, yes, in the films, in the religion, because both countries are Muslim countries and they both respect the Islamic values. And because of all these common things, we are so free to choose what we are going to do for the 75th anniversary of the relation. But I'm sure that we will have many occasions and ceremonies in this year, and we are going to safeguard and promote the cooperation between two countries in this year, inshallah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
So we will continue our conversations later, and we will deep dive into the cultural aspects of Iran in the next segment. But for now, stay with us on the Ambassador Corner. You're still here on Ambassador Corner, here on TVRI World, and we will continue in this segment our conversations with His Excellency Mohammad Borojerdi, Iran Ambassador to Indonesia. And in this segment, we will deep dive into the cultural aspects of Iran, and also we'll find out about the journey of His Excellency Mohammad Borojerdi. Mr. Ambassador, we had such a very great insight from you in our previous segment, and now I'd like to ask about your journey. So this is your first year in Indonesia. So you've been here in Indonesia for 1 year now.
Yes, if you are talking about my journey, I started my journey in the Foreign Ministry with Indonesia. I accepted in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Iran 35 years ago, and I started working for Indonesia. I mean the Indonesia desk in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that works with Indonesia, the Iran bilateral relation, around 30 years ago. And my first visit to Indonesia was 25 years ago, that I came to the Iranian embassy in Indonesia as a young diplomat, and I stayed in Indonesia for almost 3 years. Okay. And at that time I was so impressed with the Indonesian culture. I tried to learn the language. I was very impressed with the food, and the most important was I was so anxious and interested in the very kind, smiling and positive people that Indonesia have. At that time, maybe it's interesting for you to know that from that time until now, we were many countries. After that, I went to Iran, and I went to China for 5 years almost, and South Africa for 4 years, and also many other countries in the region, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, and others. And I was working for the Indonesia directly from that time. Sometimes I was the desk officer, sometimes I was the deputy director or deputy director general, and my last posting before just I came here, I was the director general, acting director general for East Asia and Oceania, that Indonesia is part of that directorate general. So I can say that during last 30 years, I have always worked for Indonesian-Iran bilateral relation. The interesting thing is, from 25 years ago that we came along with my family, my children at that time were very young, and I had at that time a 10-year-old boy and a 1-year-old daughter. So from that time until now, wherever we have been, we have always had an Indonesian dish during the week. So my wife knew that all the time we must have one dish a week, Indonesian meal.
Wow,
So this is the interesting thing about Indonesia, Indonesian culture, Indonesian food and everything. And now, around 13 months ago, I returned to Indonesia as ambassador, and I'm so happy. I was so happy that I was chosen to be in Indonesia. Late Minister of Foreign Affairs of Iran, Dr. Amir Abdullahian, told me that, do you go to Indonesia as ambassador? I told him, if you didn't suggest me Indonesia, I didn't go outside Iran anymore because I don't want to go. He told me, no, we chose you because you are good for Indonesia. We don't choose you for any other country. So that's the general journey. But there were some up and down in this journey that I don't take your time with that.
Right, that's very interesting and good to know that you've been here before, actually 25 years ago. So what has really changed 25 years ago and today?
Yeah, sometimes I meet with the Indonesian officials. I always tell them that maybe I am one of the best judges to talk about the Indonesian changes during last 25 years, especially last 10 years. Congratulations to the government and Indonesian people for the big changes. At that time, maybe I am sorry from Indonesian fellows that I telling that, but at that time there was a saying between the diplomats. They said Jakarta was a big village. Nowadays we can be sure that Jakarta is a very nice big metropolitan. Of course,
very busy.
Yeah. Some of the elements like traffic jam and pollution did not change, but the rest, you can see that the face of the city has been changed, and also the country. At that time, I wanted to go to Yogyakarta with my own car. It took me around maybe 12, 13 hours because the roads were so not comfortable. But nowadays, we can go from here to Jogja in a few, maybe hours, and less than that because of very good roads and highways.
And we have quite convenient public transport as well.
Yes,
nowadays.
that's much better. These days, it's better to use the public transportation because it's very easier than you just drive from here to any other cities. So I can say that there are many changes in the infrastructures and also the communications, and also even in the culture. The Indonesian people managed to be even with better cultural impact of that time. And the good thing about Indonesia is everything, you can see that everything is going forward. Just maju.
Yes, we really hope that everything will go even better.
Yeah.
Inshallah,
future. I'm sure that with the good governing and good management of the country, everything would be better every day before than yesterday.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, that's very nice of you for your comments on Indonesia, and I really enjoyed our conversations, but for now we have to take a short break, and we will come back later in the next segment, our last segment. We will be talking about the Iran culinary and also the traditional dishes and also the cultures that makes Iran and Indonesia very close. So stay tuned with us on Ambassador Corner here on TVRI World. Welcome back to Ambassador Corner here on TVRI World, and in this segment I'm getting even more excited because in this last segment we are joined by Madam Elahe, spouse of His Excellency Mohammad Borojerdi, Iran Ambassador for Indonesia. Ibu, thank you for joining us for this segment. It's very nice to see you. You look so beautiful, and we are really excited to learn more about Iranian cultures. So, Bapak dan Ibu, I see you are wearing the traditional clothes of Iran. If you could tell us a bit about this traditional clothes that you both wearing, that would be great, please.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the comment. As I mentioned before, Iranian and Indonesian culture are so close to each other. So in Indonesia we have batik, in Iran also we have batik, but the design is somehow nationalized. And also we are trying to make some connection between Indonesian and Iranian batiks so that we, inshallah, in the future we will have some kind of maybe common words between the two countries' artists.
Right. Mr. Ambassador and Madam Elahe, when I first entered this embassy, your private residence as well in Jakarta, I feel the ambience of this home or this embassy very warm. So could you please tell us about the interior, the color that you actually use? What about it?
So I think my spouse has to answer
Sure,
that,
please.
because all the decoration of the residence has been made by her ideas, and I did nothing about that. So
Right.
that's...
Yes, I'm amazed with the interior. So
Yes.
please tell us more on this,
Okay.
Madam.
First of all, I want to tell you welcome for coming to our residence and at this. The color we decided to design it in this in our residence. It belongs to our culture, and especially in the color of Persian Iranian. You can see everywhere blue, green, and red is especially Iranian, and all over the world they call it Persian color. And you can see the carpet hang on the wall. It's the red, yeah, handicraft. It's waving by the hand. Some part of this carpet is made by silk. And also the handicraft over there in the buffet, you can see the blue, all kind of blue. It's a combination in the one things. For example, one plate, one flower pot. It's belong to our culture, and we try to design it by every color and every design and every handicraft from the country.
Wow, very beautiful. So every single design here, or you know, the interior of this house or this embassy also have meaning, and I believe the meaning is very deep.
Sure.
Right.
There are many meaning. For example, my scarf is a combination with the blue color and this color is calligraphy, a Persian language and Persian letters. It have meaning. Some words inside this is a piece of put, and some words as a love, as a life, as a flower. It's combination with the art and other feeling inside the deep feeling from our country.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for giving us the explanations on all of these very beautiful and meaningful designs and also history of your country, Iran. So, Mr. Ambassador and also Madam Elahe, since you are here in Indonesia for 1 year now, so I'd like to know your most favorite food of Indonesia. I know that Iran has even nicer, perhaps, culinary delicacies, but what about Indonesia? What has been your most favorite food of Indonesia?
You also can talk about the foods. Actually, as I mentioned in the last segment, from last time that we were in Indonesia, 25 years ago, my spouse has always prepared at least a dish every week of Indonesian food. We love nasi goreng.
Nasi goreng.
We love mie goreng.
Wow.
We love a lot satay and maybe other foods that my spouse is going to add. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Also, we love rendang.
Wow, that's spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy, and curry, chicken curry,
Right.
ayam curry, and some dessert. For example, cendol, guacamole. No, it's not a guacamole. It's kolang kali.
Kolang-kali.
Kolang kali in the fasting month.
Yeah.
You serve it, and also some kind of snack. It's bakwan.
Bakwan.
Bakwan,
You love
yeah.
bakwan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very
Yeah, it's
interesting
so
to know
delicious.
that. So I'd like to know more about your culinary, your food, traditional food later from Iran. So perhaps you can also later explain more about your traditional cuisine, and perhaps if these cuisines also served for special or particular occasions in Iran.
Yeah, you know, men are usually specialists in eating. So about the serving and about the preparing, maybe the ladies are better to speak about.
Sure, for sure, yes. Welcome back to Ambassador Corner here on TVRI World, and in this segment we would like to know more about the Iranian dishes, traditional dishes and cultures of course, and also the iconic dishes that is well known globally. So I can smell it very nice, and I believe the taste must be very good also. So Mr. Ambassador and Madam, perhaps you would also like to explain to us about this food. What are they?
Okay, thank you so much again. Actually, it's the few of the Iranian and Persian dish. It's only glance of Iranian dish. What do you want to explain? This is the.
Where should we start?
Okay, you should start with the soup. It's barley soup.
Barley soup.
Barley soup. Do you want to add ingredients or how to cook it or no? This one make it what a bit barley, carrot, and chicken, and little herbal.
Herbs.
Parsley. And with milk, we cook it with milk, and it's benefit for the healthy and more fiber. We started with soup.
So you use lots of herbs in your cuisine. It's
Sure.
very healthy.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, just like Indonesian, Iranian likes to make a lot of herbs and spices inside the food. But the kind of the spices and herbs that we are using is a little bit different. We don't use a lot of chilies, just less chili than Indonesians do. But the rest of that you can see in almost all the foods, you can see the saffron, because Iran is very famous with the saffron, and the most the best saffron of the world is from Iran. Even Iranian saffron is going to other countries and has been repacked as some other countries' saffron, but it is not true, because the saffron is the best. So we use saffron in many, many dishes, and also other herbs that we are using, but also some spices as well.
Right. So, Madam, do we normally serve this in festive for Iran, or for the family gathering, or any special occasions that you normally serve this in Iran?
Yeah, of course. We normally serve it with gathering with the family, or also in the wedding party, but more than this kind of food in the wedding party or some ceremony party.
Right, so for special occasions.
Sure.
Yeah, Iranians respect the guests a lot, and they show their respect with the very colorful dishes, very colorful tables. And they try to just show the guests that we care about you a lot. So they prepare many, many different dishes so that they make the guest to be more comfortable to choose whatever he or she wants. So that's how Iranian respect the guest.
Right. So you have such a lovely and warm culture.
Thank you.
And the guests also feel like part of the family member as well.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you for preparing us this. Would you also please tell us about these other cuisines, other foods, because you already explained this one is barley soup. So what next?
Okay. This one is also, we use it as a main dish or appetizer. It's called eggplant halim. The ingredients is eggplant, garlic, lentil,
Okay.
lentil, and lamb also. We mix it, we cooked it together and mash it, and after for the garnish, we use it fried onion and whey. It's some dairy, and the green one is dry mint fry. We decorated and garnished it with this one, and also this one is garlic fry.
So this is as for the main course?
We can eat it as a main or appetizer.
All right.
It's up to you.
Sometimes it comes at the main food because it's so energetic. But when we want to have a official table, we usually use it as an appetizer because they don't think it. In the table, you can see that some of the foods like rice and saffron is a permanent member of the Iranian table. So in any kind of maybe lunch, dinner, guest, non-guest, family, we usually have the rice. But the rest of that could be changed. Different sides for the rice.
So shall we continue about the other dishes that
Sure.
you would like to explain?
This one is the some kind of traditional stew. It's the ingredients is lamb, lentil, and onion, tomato paste, and saffron, and some spices, and spread pea. We call it spread pea, and dried lemon inside it for the taste, and cinnamon. And as you wish, you can make it powder or the cinnamon, and also saffron. And after you cook it for a half, you can add it to tomato paste inside it.
Wow.
And also the French fries for garnish at the top of for decorated and garnish.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
as I told you, we use rice and saffron in all tables, in all dishes. But like Indonesian, we don't use rice just alone. We use some kind of side to make it better taste and also easier to digest. So we call this kind of sides as khoresh. We usually use khoresh on the top of the rice.
Yep. Okay.
So it makes it better taste, better perfumed, and also better digestive.
Wow, amazing.
And this time for the rice is the Iranian rice with the garnish of the saffron rice. You can smell it, the saffron. And also this one as well is saffron, mix it with the yogurt, saffron, rice, and put in the first level of the rice after you cook it.
Very unique combinations.
Sure.
Yeah. And also we call it tahchin.
Yeah.
Maybe we should better to say the Iranian name as well.
Right.
That one is rice and that one is the chicken grill.
This one is chicken grill.
Yeah, chicken grill. We marinate it with some spices. Usually we marinate it with saffron, yogurt, onion, paprika.
Kebab?
Sure.
Oh, right. So this is
chicken kebab.
Chicken kebab.
Chicken kebab. Chicken grill. And it must be 12 hours inside the...
12 hours?
12 hours inside the... we marinate it and take a rest in the fridge. And after that, we grill it on top of the fire.
Such a long preparation.
Sure.
Right.
And also the pepper and tomato as a side.
Okay.
And this one is cutlet potato.
Oh, cutlet potatoes.
Cutlet potato. We grate it with small or large, it doesn't matter, as you wish. And added eggs and spice and some herb and deep fried.
Oh, so from all these, which one is your most favorite one?
Yes. Not mine, but yes.
Yeah.
Because we have another dishes that are so famous and popular in Iran, like we call that qurme sabzi. Qurme sabzi is green khoresh. So it is made more by the vegetables than the ingredients like this.
Right, yeah.
So we have many other dishes, but it was not possible to prepare all of that here. Inshallah, next time we will have another.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.
Sure. I want to add it for the cutlet potato. We make it two kind, with lamb or without lamb, for veggies or non-veggies. This one is for veggies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For veggies.
Without lamb.
Oh, without lamb, okay.
And also, do you want to explain about the drink as well? Because drink also is a traditional drink.
Drink also is the lime juice. This one is lime juice.
Oh, this one, yeah.
That one is saffron juice with honey, saffron, honey, and basil seeds.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can enjoy.
Right.
Eat it and enjoy.
Thank you once again, Mr. Ambassador and Madam, for your very warm greeting for us and also for welcoming us here at your private residence in Jakarta. I really can't wait to taste this amazing food of Iran, traditional food. And you also have explained to us your very beautiful and very historical long story of Iran. So thank you once again for your valuable time for us.
Thank you too.
For TVRI World.
Thank you too.
So that's the end of Ambassador Corner on TVRI World. We'll see you next time on the next special editions of Ambassador Corner. And for now, let's enjoy the food of Iran.